The retail crowd is already celebrating the June IPO. You think you were buying the space? You are wrong. Buying SpaceX for its launches is pure financial blindness. So before you FOMO into the hype this June, are you investing in the company or the trap?
Yeah, well, gotta build a city on Mars. Yeah, that's insane to think about.
In 2026, one company publicly burns billions testing rockets that frequently explode, yet governments and corporations line up to hand over cash. Wall Street isn't just watching, they're positioning for what could be the IPO that redefines wealth, $1.75 trillion. How does a company that looks like it's lighting money on fire every month become so indispensable that the world now depends on its machines? This video cuts through the noise. We dissect the brutal mechanics, how SpaceX turns explosions into monopoly profits, and how it sells a multi-planetary dream so effectively that investors pay for infrastructure that doesn't fully exist yet. In the next 10 minutes, you'll gain the insider view needed before the June IPO, exactly how Elon Musk prints money, and whether this is the opportunity of a generation. Welcome to SpaceX. Elon Musk didn't start SpaceX with billions. He started it with conviction and nearly everything he had. After selling Zip2 and then PayPal in 2002, Musk walked away with roughly $180 million after taxes. Most people would have cashed out and disappeared to some island, but not Elon. Instead, he made one of the most audacious moves in business history. He bet it all. $100 million into SpaceX, $70 million into Tesla, and $10 million into SolarCity. All in on 3 impossible futures. The big push? It came during a failed market reconnaissance trip to Russia in 2001. Musk went there hoping to buy refurbished ICBMs to jumpstart his Mars dream. The Russians laughed in his face and quoted astronomical prices. That disrespect became rocket fuel. On the long flight home, instead of giving up, Musk did something far more dangerous. He ran the numbers using first principles. He realized the raw materials for a rocket cost only about 2% of the final price. The rest was pure markup, legacy thinking, and inefficiency. That single insight became the foundation for everything that followed. SpaceX would not buy rockets, it would build them cheaper, better, and from scratch. The early years tested that belief to destruction. Falcon 1 failed 3 times in a row. By 2008, the company was on the edge of collapse. Musk was wiring personal loans to cover payroll, while his own accounts bled red.
It was a close call. Things almost didn't work out. Things became very close to failure, but we managed to get through that point in 2008.
Engineers were working around the clock, knowing the 4th launch was do or die. On September 28, 2008, against all odds, Falcon 1 reached orbit, the first privately funded rocket to do so. That single success didn't just save SpaceX, it rewrote the economics of space. So how did Elon Musk go from begging for spare change on a seemingly doomed project to building the world's most valuable private company? In other words, how exactly does SpaceX print its money? SpaceX doesn't make money the way old aerospace companies do. It weaponizes 2 things: ruthless operational leverage and the most expensive dream ever sold. The cash engine. Falcon 9 is not a rocket. It is the UPS of low Earth orbit, a high-frequency, high-reliability space logistics machine. SpaceX doesn't sell hardware, they sell slots. They sell guaranteed seats on a schedule that launches every few days, and the customers are lining up to pay. SpaceX charges customers old space prices, often $60 to $70 million per launch, based on what the market was willing to pay for disposable rockets. But their internal cost after reuse is closer to $15 million or less because they build 85% of their components in-house. They eliminated the classic idiot index, where suppliers charge 5 to 10x markup because NASA or Boeing has no choice. And here's the deeper moat. Customers choose it for certainty and cadence. When your $200 million satellite constellation is sitting on the ground, every week of delay costs millions. SpaceX launches more than the rest of the world combined. They own the schedule. Reliability above 95% across hundreds of consecutive missions has turned them into the only trustworthy space taxi in town. Then comes Starlink, the real golden goose. By 2026, Starlink has crossed 10 million subscribers and is on track for nearly $20 billion in annual revenue. This is recurring, high-margin subscription money from ships in the middle of the Pacific, planes crossing oceans, remote villages, and even war zones. While governments argue about undersea cables and terrestrial infrastructure, SpaceX quietly owns the internet layer above the atmosphere. The Selling the Dream Masterclass. This is the part that actually embarrasses every other CEO on Earth. SpaceX doesn't just sell launches or the internet, it sells ownership of the future infrastructure. If space is the new ocean, SpaceX doesn't just own the ships, it owns the shipyard, the maps, the ports, and the flag. The Mars vision is not marketing, it's a strategic valuation hack of historic proportions. It lets Musk recruit the best engineers on the planet to work 80 to 100-hour weeks for compensation far below what Google or Meta would pay. It also attracts patient capital. Venture funds and sovereign investors aren't buying today's EBITDA. They're buying the right to own critical infrastructure for the next space economy, projected to be worth trillions.
But here's what most investors still don't see. SpaceX is quietly transforming from the world's best rocket company into the central infrastructure platform of the orbital economy, the ultimate toll booth in space. When Starship drops launch costs below $100 per kilogram, zero-gravity manufacturing of ultra-pure semiconductors and advanced medicines becomes 30 to 50 times more profitable than on Earth. SpaceX won't just enable this revolution, they will tax it through launches, refueling, and logistics. Non-spacefaring nations will become increasingly dependent on SpaceX's network for security and communications, making the company an orbital sovereign gatekeeper.
And here's the quiet comedy. In 10 years, going to space won't be heroic. It will be an average Tuesday. Wealthy executives will treat Starship like a business class flight, minus the lost baggage. SpaceX is turning the stratosphere into the new first-class cabin. Mars isn't a sci-fi dream anymore. It is the logical next real estate move for a company that already owns the transit layer of the solar system. So back to the very first question.
Do you think that we could live on Mars by 2100?